Hey everybody, welcome to preseason 2, war number 2. I'm going in on path 6 again. I got my Sentry once again. I know he did terrible against Node 24 last war, but I see some potential in him. I don't want to give up just yet. The persistent charges, they seem to be something good for, war where you have a few fights in a row. And the indestructible did help me, even though I made multiple mistakes. So let's not count them out yet. And plus, it's preseason. It's still some fun. And my defense, I'll talk about that later, is pretty killer when I'm able to take Sentry on offense. So I have my first fight. It's a Mystic. I decide that even if it was a Dormammu, the degen with a 5-star Sentry is probably going to be okay. So I decided to go in, and it was actually a Loki. And I just have to get a little better, a little more cautious, I think, playing this. And the reason is with Spider-Man and Blade, the fights are over so quickly that I don't even need to get to a few hits. But you can see there, the indestructible did save me potentially another 3,000 damage right there, so that's kind of nice. And I'm able to take him out with that finishing blow there. So my next mistake, I think, was not taking Sentry into the next fight. I saw the Science Champion and I was like, okay, what if it's Spider-Man? He's not in the profile, and I just got a little nervous. So on this Node 18 here, I was just like, it's just stun immune enhanced abilities, but if it's Spider-Man, I am so screwed. But that's not true. I would have been fine with Sentry, I think, if I just did 4-hit combos, and then if I got to Steadfast Approach, it was all going to be over with that perfect block. I could just do some pretty nasty heavies. And then this just got weird. I was being so cautious, and I ended up taking way too much block damage on this. So I get hit by that, and that's what turns on the caution. And then look at this. I'm like trying to evade his... I mean, I should have just parried one of these times. It's coming up right here. So I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. And then it was just, I just had to do it eventually. And then I ended up taking like some blocked hits eventually, which is even worse. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's frustrating when, every single percentage point on your champion matters. But this Rhino, he's going to go down eventually. Makes me think I want to dust off my own Rhino for Alliance War offense or defense potentially, not offense. Although, I don't know, probably not. So, Rhino goes down to Archangel, that's expected, and Node 24, we did our research beforehand. It was going to be a 6-star Green Goblin. Now, my plan was Archangel. I told my officer, look, I got this. I got Archangel. He will heal block the Green Goblin, and there should be no problems. But I spoke too soon. And I think it was mostly, these are just mistakes I'm making. I think part of my problem with Alliance War right now is I just need to get better as a player and just play the game with a little more skills that I'm playing it now. So I don't want to. I think my strategy is sound. I just don't think that my skills are up to par right now. And that sort of happens with players. You go through, cycles, and I think one of the things that's happened to me is that since I've been done Labyrinth, there's not a lot of hard, the only content that's actually difficult that I'm playing is Alliance War, and so I end up not getting a lot of practice, but that's okay. And with the recent Sentinels being even easier now, it's I might have even less practice, because Alliance Quest was actually a little challenging for a week, but it looks like it's going to be easy again. So anyway, this guy, it's looking really good, right? It looks really good. I make a critical mistake though. I get intercepted. God, what a dumb move. I just couldn't believe it. Why did I do that? Put that death on there. I just don't get why I decided to intercept. He had 3 neurotoxins on him. He was dead. I just had to wait it out, really. But there goes another Alliance team revive. There goes some potions here. Looks like I'm using 1 level 4. What is going on here? What am I deciding? I am being very stingy right now. Decided to go 1 level 4 and 1 level 3. Ooh, this is brave. Although I knew I had a few parries in me, so because I was restarting, and he just basically gave that to me for free right there with the baiting the heavy attack, a free few bleeds on him. So I get that poison on him. That's already reducing it. Buffet's putting in work, so I'm like, oh crap, I need to get this guy parried. Okay, so I get him parried. It's all good. He's got the neurotoxin on. That's enough heal blocking for me. And the second neurotoxin's on. All I got to do is just keep this going, and he's pretty much dead. I can just wait out the stun on one of these and then put another heavy attack on him, and that heavy attack, the stun is actually not affected by Limber, Archangel's stun. He's not used that often, I don't see anymore, but he is still very, very good. You'll see, he shines again in another fight later on in this war. I really love my Archangel, and I want to use him, which is why I'm taking him to Alliance War Attack. And my defense is stacked. I'll show you my defense later. So moving on to the Power Start 1 node. This fight almost went perfectly, except for 2 huge mistakes, but I did not, I'll spoil, I did not die. This is the fight I brought Magic for, a 4-star, so it's been a while since I brought a 4-star to war. I think in the future I want to bring Quake for this stuff. I'm just not as good at the whole Magic loop as everyone else is. I just haven't had a ton of practice with Magic lately, and my 4-star takes 3 times as long to do anything as a 5-star would, and so it's a little nerve-wracking trying to keep that thing up, but it's fun. It's definitely a lot of fun, but I have more fun with Quake, and I think she's a little more reliable, in my opinion at least, just for my skill set. I think Magic in the right hands is probably better for most things, but for stuff like this, for power control. But Quake also power controls in the fact that she doesn't never hit them. So anyway, I get some nice limbo recoil there, whatever you want to call it. She totally saves my butt. Magic, thank you so much. Synthesis is nothing now, so now I'm doing some intercepting. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Look how slow he's dying. Like, I can't believe this. This is a 550 champion. I can't believe people who are still running 550s and more. I feel your pain. I know there's tons of people out there who are doing this. And Jesus, it's crazy. It's been so long since I've used like less than a 455. But it just shows I really need to get my skills back. So it's not going too bad, but at the same time I do make this mistake. Here it is. So I need to do this. Oh, it's over, and then I get intercepted. And just like it's the exact same scenario that happened with the Green Goblin. I just need to be calm towards the end of these fights, or maybe even not calm. Maybe I need to be more cautious, but either way, I can't get hit at the end of the fight. I had that in the bag. It was almost a perfect fight. So, excuse me. Here we go onto the Power Shield node. This is notoriously difficult for me. I am just so bad at this node. I know it's going to be a Dormammu. It always is. When it's a 4-star Mystic Champion, and it's a good placement. So I use another health potioner. Did I use 2? Or I can't remember already. I already missed it. I was thinking I was gonna do what I just did with Vision. That was my plan. But this Dormammu is just so freaky with his animations. I have a problem with Dormammu where I get the whole dexterity thing. Like, that's the point of Dormammu, some unavoidable damage, whatever. But my problem is I get hit by him where I think I wouldn't get hit by other champions. Like, he tags me on, like, right there. God, what is that? Why? I mean, I'm not going to do any damage this fight, am I? Oh, it looks like I might get 1 special 2 off. It's not going to be enough, though. Maybe if it was a 5-star, it would have been enough. But I just get tagged, and I don't know why, but Dormammu always reaches me like that. And you'll see, this is not looking good. This is where I think if my Sentry strategy ends up working, I think this is where he'll shine, because he does have some pretty bonkers special attacks, and on Power Shield node he's going to be pretty good. So he can also eat special 3s on this node. So I have to block this, unfortunately. God, that block damage is so much. It sucks that you have to. So look at this special one with 2 reality warps. That's only 2. He should have 5 going into this node. I should be able to use him for the first 2 nodes, and then also I should be able to use him for that other fight that I used, the Vision, the classic Vision fight. As long as it's not some crazy Mystic champion, I should be fine to use Sentry in there, and I should be up to 5 reality warps at this point, and that should have killed him that special one. But you'll see, I get tagged by Dormammu again. Oh, this really pisses me off the way he tags me, actually. So that heavy, I dashed back and the heavy attack hit me, and then the heavy attack gave him 3 bars of power, burned up my indestructible. You actually saw though, I did not take damage from the heavy attack. I'm able to actually pop off a special 3. I was like depressed, so I missed the bonus damage there. But it actually is supposed to heal Sentry 12% or something like that, so I do stay alive for like a second more, but the degen is just too much for me. So I was trying to get up to a special 1 again, and it's just not going to happen. He's got 3 bars of power, and then I'm trying to block this, but it doesn't work. And that was a weird interaction there too. The unblockable actually, even though I dexterity out of it, it triggered the combo shield, which is weird. Like I lost my combo. But anyway, so you guys are seeing me get wrecked. This was my 3rd death. I think I'm doing better than the previous war though. I want to stay optimistic. I think I'm doing better than the previous war in that these 2 deaths were something that I've always struggled with. Dormammu. Like, I always struggle with him on this node. Spider-Man, recently, I got better at. If you followed my whole entire wars last season, you noticed that I did die to Dormammu on this node quite often, even with Spider-Man at 565. I just couldn't figure it out sometimes. You know, I'd get tagged, Mystic Dispersion. It's just a nightmare for me. But other than that, though, it wasn't that bad. A Green Goblin, yeah, sure, that's worth on node 24. I should definitely have done that better, but I'm not going to be too upset for only giving up 1 death to node 24. The people we're playing against on Battle Group 2, they gave up 15 deaths to node 24, and yeah, and it was the same. It was a 6-star Green Goblin. So this is where Archangel's going to shine again. I didn't get the moving to the node footage for some reason. It got cut out. It's okay though. I am racing against the clock. I've got poison on me, and I've got degen on me if I don't attack him fast enough. So I'm just basically neurotoxing this guy to hell. I'm doing parry stuns as much as I can because there's no limber on this node. Thank God, that would be really bad. And I can see I'm about to get a stun here, so I go in heavy. I know I'm about to get another stun, so I go in even more, throw that last heavy. Even though it was going to give him the 3 bars of power, I knew that guy was going to drop. And it was just a race, and Archangel is very good at races. He drops people fast. So one thing with Archangel I like to do, if you guys aren't familiar with Archangel, is wait for those neurotoxins. You keep an eye on them, because when they expire, those guys are stunned. Not in the middle of a special attack, but it will stun them any other time. So anyway, this was my defense. I actually went up to 14 kills, I think. The Iceman got 2 more before he dropped. God, it was so fun to watch. Most of those kills are on Iceman. I think they just, unfortunately for the other team, they didn't quite have the champions to deal with that Iceman on the Spite node. And it was just kind of bad luck on their part. They did not have quite the roster to handle it. It's a bleed and spite, so you had to bring. Eventually, someone I think dropped him, maybe with Ghost Rider, which is probably the way to go. But it's difficult. It's a difficult node. But my Spider-Man got killed. My Blade got kills. My Ultron got kills. I mean, this was fun. It's fun to have your defense give kills. But yeah. Anyway, so we'll get to the ending war screen. Okay, so here we are at the ending war screen. We did pretty good. We ended up winning the war. I went up to 11-6 as far as my kill death, which is a slight improvement. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't think it is. It's a slight improvement, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is the preseason. Even during the season, I'm not going to care really much what my stats are. I'm just going to follow them, just keep you guys up in the loop. It's something interesting to keep track of. I did spend a lot of units again. Of course, these are not actual units. This is just the value of the items I've spent. So the season total is up to 1,700. I can see how this is going to get pretty insane towards the end of the season. So anyway, guys, good war to VNGLT. I think somebody I know who I see in a lot of live streams, Bushido Brown. I think you said you were in a war with us. Shout out to you. Good luck in future wars, guys. And to everyone else, we'll see you soon. Take care.